God, Mom, I'm doing my show
It's
now.
the thing I say to make myself feel important.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, we're here.
We're here, everybody. We're live. We are live, everybody. Welcome to the Brian McCarthy interview show. I stage right, Adam Hineker. Brian McCarthy, welcome. If you're listening, it's a podcast. Hey, follow us on Threads, everybody.
Right, I didn't even know you were on Threads.
Yeah, you and
or
everybody
that
else.
you were like very active on Threads.
I put up something recently. I wasn't aware with Threads that you could attach like files like those shorts that I do,
Sure.
or well, I know Nick, sorry, you do them, but you know what I mean with the shorts that
Yeah.
I didn't realize you could also put those up on Threads. So great. One more thing I have to fucking worry about. So hey, note to Bill Gates, no more social media. Okay. I think we have enough now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or who's the guy? Who's the fellow from
Elon
Facebook?
Musk.
Zuckerberg.
Oh, Zuckerberg. Yeah. Well, I was kind of trying to make the joke that I didn't really know who was in charge of all that. Hey, Paul Allen.
Okay, whenever I go, it's funny. Whenever we start the show, this happens every week. I jump on. I already posted it before, so it didn't happen this week. But I open up your Twitter, and you follow a lot of like the porn girls.
Sure, I do.
And I just will see like an ass or whatever, and I'm always like a bit like taken aback,
Sure,
and then I have to look.
Taking a crack sounds like
I have to stop and just like look at
get in
porn
there
for 20 seconds, and then I post a link.
Well, I tell you, the one thing I will say that's good about X or Twitter,
sure,
is that now it's just full on for complete dirtbags.
Yeah,
it's just
it's
just gross
insurrectionists.
Yeah, it's like
pornographers.
Yeah, it's for like kiddie porn,
and Andrew Tate,
white nationals,
right?
Like counterfeit Gucci bags.
Right. It's international waters.
Yeah.
Asian massage parlors.
Yeah, it is like it's the dark web of 100. It's 160 characters of the dark web. You just get in there.
Right.
You're like, hey, anybody see my new Twitter post? Looking for someone to murder my family. DM me.
On the cheap.
Yeah.
On a budget.
The cheap, right. Must pay in Bitcoin.
Right. Hitman pay in crypto.
I love all this, all this stuff that is set up for like because I don't think any of it really works in terms of like you're always still on the grid, but there's like you can go on Twitter, you can use Bitcoin, and you can go on the dark web. But I mean, you're still somewhere. I mean, it's not unless you wrap your head in like aluminum foil, maybe, or and go from a public like a library or something. Do you ever see people using computers at the public library? I'm always like,
Golly, I haven't been to a public library in so long.
Is that because of your pending court case?
Yeah. But I owe him so much money.
Listen, it's not a children's section if I'm in it.
I checked out a lot of record albums.
I like
the 80s.
I like exactly. I owe
I'm flagged
$48,000 to the St. Paul municipal anyway, so everybody, welcome to the show. If you're watching, feel free to leave a comment or a post. We were gonna have fucking Steve Grillo on the show, who, all right, I don't think Steve won't listen to this because whatever. But he asked me. I love Steve. I've known him for 25 years. He's a very, very sweet man and very nice guy. But a few weeks ago, he hit me up and he was like, "When am I going to be on the show?" I don't give a shit. Tomorrow. I don't know. What do I know? I'm not going to bump Howard. And frankly, Jerry Seinfeld keeps blowing us off. Again, I don't like the East Side.
Right.
If you're not going to pay for an Uber, I'm not going to come to the show.
Where's Kesha now?
Right. Where can I park my 1949 Porsche?
Right.
Is there valet parking? Anyway, so he goes, "Can I do the show?" And I was like, "Yeah." So that was about a month ago. So I said, "Yeah, come this Friday."
That was a month ago. That
something like. Well, we did have Howard. We had the herpes girl. We had like people on the show. Yeah. I mean, we don't book that far out, but plus I would feel like I did want to make him think we've had a little something going on. I'm like,
sure, you're like, well, trying to get you.
I don't know. It's busy.
Got to create buzz.
Yeah. As I blow dust off my mouse, I'm like, let me. I don't know, Steve. I don't know if I can put you up again. I know what's your July 2027 look like?
Yeah, you got to ask like for just weird arbitrary dates.
Let me go with Adam
in the future.
Adam and our team.
That's my team.
Yeah, team. Bad News Bears, fucking
Mighty Ducks or something.
Yeah. So anyway, so then even last night, I was texting with Steve, and it's so funny because Adam, it got to be we did the Patreon. By the way, jumbo size Patreon, and if you are on the Patreon, you will get. I mean, you have to send us your address, but you will get a headshot, a personalized headshot. Which I know who gives a shit, but it is kind of funny, and we have had people sending us their addresses. So. If you're on the Patreon, please make sure to send us your headshot. Or if you join the Patreon, please make sure
join it just for the headshot.
Join it just for the headshot.
You almost can't afford not to.
It's not gonna be like $1. It's gonna cost me. It's gonna cost me millions of dollars to put these out.
You gotta buy a forever stamp, right?
I'm gonna be.
Or do you need more postage than that for a headshot?
I was just at the post office today, as a matter of fact, helping with my kid's passport, and I was wondering about that. I don't know how much. I don't know how much one weighs.
You might take a bath on this thing. On
Yeah,
this headshot promotion.
I better not do those. Remember A Christmas Story when you got the junior achiever merit badge or something? If I throw one of those in the bag, then I'll really wreck the weight. So I don't know how much one.
I think just one headshot. That's just a regular. I think it's just 1 ounce, right?
Which, by the way, is like 85 cents. It's not.
Is it? I just bought a bunch of forever stamp. I don't think it was. I think I bought 10. Yeah, maybe it was.
It's in the neighborhood.
$6, something like that.
It's in the neighborhood of. It's more than 65 cents to send a.
If only we had the internet.
If only we had the internet. Don't go on my Twitter. It's gonna be a lot of buttholes.
No, this is my phone.
Your phone's gonna be a lot of black buttholes.
That's in the private tab.
I like how you said.
You ever accidentally open up your? You don't care.
Oh, my phone's
private
a mess.
Tab. I will occasionally like pull my phone up and then it's still on the private tab where I was watching.
You hide your tweeting from people, or your wife, or your girlfriend, or something? What do you mean private tab?
I just do a private tab because it's literally just just all porn tabs. But it's really just more for an organization.
Okay. It's not like your girlfriend will pick up your phone and be like,
she doesn't fucking. Yeah.
Okay, she doesn't care. Well,
she actually requires me once a week to.
She's like, why aren't you following at Big Black Clit? You're like, I am, but the one with the Z. She's like, that's the parody account. Right. That's why they're so small and white. Oh, I accidentally am smalling. I'm following small, tiny white clits instead. Now I get it. Damn it! I want big, ropey black clits.
Right, they're teeny tiny pink ones.
No, it's gross. At Ebony Doorbells. ZZ. All right, how much is it to mail a letter? Aren't you? Anyway, so join the Patreon. Okay. It's link behind us on the Mount Rushmore thing. And that way, just join it for a month and then cancel if you want. I don't care. Whatever. I just think it's going to be funny. I had the headshots taken on Monday. The photographer said 48 hours. And then I would get all the pictures back. It is now Friday, way more than 48 hours, but I don't want to call her and bother her because she was nice. And even though I already paid for them, so I don't know. Hopefully she didn't just rip me off.
Right. Straight up her nose.
Yeah. It'd be really
gone, long gone.
Really funny. She goes to look at she goes to like the other room to use the bathroom, and I pick up her camera and it's not even like there's no battery on it or anything. And I realize it's just a lunchbox.
No pictures.
It's a Battlestar Galactica lunchbox that just says camera on the front of it with a piece of masking tape. I'm like, oh no, this isn't even a real camera.
Right.
I'll let her finish, but I don't know how this is going to turn. I bet she's ripping me off. So anyway, so we'll see how that. But okay, you get a free thing. That's it. So what I was going to say about fucking Steve Grillo is that he asked to do the show, and again, people have occasionally asked, and we always say yes. I mean, I'm always flattered that anybody wants to do it. So we were doing the Patreon, and it was a jumbo Patreon, and we told him to get here today at 1:00, and at 1:15. I was like, well, we should wrap this up because Steve's showing up. And you're like, it's 1:15.
Yeah, I don't know if he's coming.
I don't know if he's coming or not. So we just wrapped up the show, and I called him, and he picked the phone. And talk about calling somebody who was completely asleep at 1. Boy, Steve,
wow, 1:15.
You're a real go-getter, Steve. No wonder you're having financial problems. I'm sorry. I'm just being shitty, but I'm sorry. I have narcolepsy. I'm narcoleptic. I'm narcoleptic. I'm a narcoleptic. I steal things in my sleep. I'm a sleep stealer. Anyway, so we called him and he was dead to the world. And he was like, I can be there in 15 minutes. I'm like, no, you can't. So whatever. We'll get him on the show. But so it's okay because we'll just fuck around for a little bit and it'll still be the show. And that's that. So So, well, oh, by the way, I know such a belabor thing, but you saw that Shane Gillis is going to be on SNL. Fuck that guy. Well, here's the thing. Here's my kind of take on it. And by the way, I say fuck that guy just because it's funnier to say fuck that guy because everyone seems to be up his ass. So it's like, fuck him. Plus, if you're going to do a special on Netflix, wear a long sleeve shirt. Okay.
What is he wearing? A t-shirt?
Yeah, like a t-shirt. Like we get it. You're from Harrisburg. You don't give a shit. Like you're an everyman, but listen, you don't have the best body. You should wear something with buttons to kind of give yourself a little more of a frame. You're really kidding. I don't give a fuck. Fuck him. The guy big time me, fuck him.
He you remember, God, this was probably a year ago at this point, but he had asked Kevin about you because he heard that you talk shit.
Well,
it's a proper beef.
It's a thing.
You had said something and then it got back to him and then he asked Kevin and Kevin was like, we haven't worked together in years. Oh. So
Kevin's like, I better get Brian back. He's got some heat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Looks like Brian. He's gonna give that Brian and Shane.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Look, there's not. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, there's not really a beef. I thought that he was dismissive the day that I met him. Granted, I was in the throes of alcoholism.
Well, he thought you were dismissive too. Because remember, wasn't it? It was a thing where you didn't know he was the guest, and he was. He's apparently fairly sensitive. So he,
oh my God,
was
we're
not upset, but he was like, I can't believe you don't fucking know who the guest is. Because I think you were like, who are you? And maybe you didn't know. By the way,
do I ever actually say to somebody, who are you? I mean, I was just like, no, but, by the way, I was blind and drunk. And he wandered into the studio and I was like, hi, are you doing
I think that wasn't that the day of the boxing thing? Was that the boxing thing with Gino?
Yes.
Yeah. So you had
a lot going on.
Had some head trauma and
no, I beat him up. This is before I fought Gino. This was before the fight.
Oh, okay.
Because I remember standing in the bathroom while oh my God, Gavin. Oh God, who's the guy's name? The guy that runs the thing. He came to my house.
What do you mean?
Runs
what thing?
He runs Compound Media, or at least
he's like the booth guy.
Yeah.
Oh, Garrett
Andes. That's right. Yeah. Garrett and I went into the bathroom and he didn't know why. Good. By the way, good on Garrett just for walking into the bathroom with me, because I just walked in and I started taking all my clothes off and I handed him a Sharpie and I said, hey,
oh, he was the one that wrote all the crazy shit on you.
Well, it was a nod to Cape Fear.
Right.
So I said, Google a picture of Robert De Niro from Cape Fear and just do that on my body in this Sharpie. And he was like, okay. And then I had shaved my back with one of those back shaving things, and I had all these nicks on my back. So I had all these, like, I think my back was bleeding. Anyway,
it was a fucking scene. And you had like a crazy like banana hammock on or something.
I did.
Jeez, yeah. I wasn't even there.
I bet I looked good in
an inflatable box.
Yeah. But the first time I punched Gino, the inflatable thing just popped all the way off, and I actually punched him in the face with my real fist. And I was like, oh my God, I'm sorry. And he went, ow.
Right.
And my dick got hard. No, but anyway, I didn't know. And it was also like that would happen sometimes. Like Dante Nero came in there and Dante Nero was like, oh man, what the fuck? He was kind of like, he was just a shithead to me. And I was like,
to take it a man school.
Yeah. Like, don't
you want to be a man?
Don't you work at Metro PCS or something? Like, sorry, like, by the way, no shame.
No.
Hey, you know what I always say? No shame in a brother having a job.
No.
I say it just like that too. But
yeah.
I remember when he was doing this show. I remember he stopped the show and he had like call a woman in his life, I'm guessing, and
sure,
and or maybe he's on
one of his bitches got online.
Maybe Dante's on the down low.
Hey, Cavassier.
Be really funny though. He was on the down low.
My money.
He's like, "What's up, Tyrell? What's up? What you doing, boy?" I'm like, "Oh my God, Dante's on the down low.
We can't get caught creeping."
I'd be like, "Hey, Dante, I'm blind, not deaf."
Right.
Right. But he was on the phone and. He was like, "What's up, girl? What's she doing? Where you gonna be at? I'm gonna holler at you." Like all that kind of stuff, you know?
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna get some Newports from me and put them on the top of the chicken bucket. I don't know what.
Are you gonna get some? Hold on. You're gonna get some Newports for me and put them on the top of the chicken bucket. That's this man's attempt.
I'm sorry. I'm just fucking around.
Racial profiling. Jesus. chicken
Yeah.
bucket.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, a bucket
All
of chicken
right.
is a thing.
I know. I'm so sorry.
You know, menthols
All right,
are. I
it
mean,
should
there
be-
all the elements
Okay,
are there.
All right. That was really.
I was a little clumsily
Yeah.
assembled, but that was the charm of it.
That was stupid on purpose. I just want to put that out there. I
Yes,
knew that
yes.
was going to sound stupid, so I meant that to sound stupid.
Chicken
Anyway,
bucket.
Shane Gillis. So whatever, Shane. And I also like. Here's another thing too, because a lot of these guys, these like, let's just say these sort of gas digital guys or whatever it is, they come off as, and again, I don't really know Shane. I'm in the corner thinking that I don't like him, so that's fine. But it's also kind of like, hey, I'm a sort of like not a tough guy, but it's like I'll say whatever I want, mama. But I know the other side of it. They're all
Yeah.
unbelievably sensitive, and they're all. So I kind of call bullshit on it. I think it is a bit of a it's a bit of a work, to use a wrestling term,
Sure.
just in terms of like whatever that is. And again, if you're on TV, put on a nice collared shirt, or actually he's from Harrisburg, maybe a mock turtleneck and some Cavaricis.
Yeah.
So, but he's doing SNL, which I don't think he should do.
Is it this Saturday?
It's the 20-something, so probably not.
Wow.
No, it's like a week,
Oh,
probably
okay.
a week
It's
from
in a couple of weeks. Okay.
Well, it's probably, what is this? It's already, like the 24th or it's 20. It's a week from this Saturday. I'm pretty sure.
Gotcha.
Because by that point, we're already into March. So anyway, and the reason why I say he wouldn't do it, and maybe I'm coming at this from entirely the wrong angle, which would not be the first time, but like, as far as I understand it, he was set to be a featured player on SNL. And then in between, it was almost like he got the job. They did a press release. And then I guess either somebody on the internet did like a dive into his past and saw that he had said some things
I don't
about.
even think very far. It was just his podcast.
They did a dive. Somebody
yeah.
overheard him in front of 30 Rock saying how much he hates Asians. That'd be really funny. Somebody saw him shaving a Hitler mustache off in the bathroom at Penn Station.
There was I think a particular slur that was
He said chink. He said, because I actually heard it. It was like we put all the where it was
yeah.
He was Asian.
Right.
He was like it was something along the lines of, and I'm paraphrasing.
Right.
He was joking about how many Chinese people there are in Chinatown. This is where we keep all our chinks. And I know it was parody. It was a parody. It was a joke. He never should have been uninvited to be a cast member on SNL. And I think Lorne Michaels really bowed to the pressure. And this is when we were really in the roiling waters of cancel culture. And, you know, and so that happened. But so basically, as I understand it, SNL like gave him a job, and then I feel like Lorne Michaels was like, looked at the fucking, it was like, you should never hire Shane Gillis, or whatever, because of this, blah, 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 blah. I say, hire his sister, Kelly McGillis. She's around.
Okay.
Yeah. She's like, it's the girl from Top Gun. She probably weighs, I think she weighs like 300 pounds now. She was like, people were like, why isn't Kelly McGillis in the new Top Gun Maverick? Then you saw a picture of her like at the Whole Foods, and they were like, oh, that's why. That's why. She's 60 and she's 250.
Right.
And she's a huge lesbian.
Right.
She has like 4 shelter dogs. She's like, I can be there in 20 minutes.
Well, there was some stuff came up on like TMZ put a thing out. I think they tried to get ahead of this again, and they posted more audio of stuff that he had said. I think at Compound Media. That was, he's just he's like doing a parody of
Nobody should be fired from a job in comedy for trying to make people laugh by trying to be funny. So I don't ever think anybody, no matter what if you said something on a show, it's for parody, it's for entertainment, and that's full stop. You shouldn't get kicked off of, you shouldn't get, like I always said, that was the beef I had with Kevin when, you don't fuck with somebody's money, like what he did with Bill Schultz. Is Bill Schultz still alive, by the way?
Yeah, I think he's still on. I think he's still doing Morning.
Wow. Good for him.
He and Joanna,
right. She was kind of cute. She's cute. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But anyway, good for Bill. So point is like when Kevin was fucking with Bill and behind the scenes trying to get Bill fired, that's when I quit the show.
You're not you couldn't sign off on that.
I was like, well, you know what? Like, it's all pro wrestling. And it's one thing to be on the show and be like, Bill Schultz is a faggot. If donate, Bill Schultz, he sucks, faggot. You're not even funny. But then behind the scenes to be Keith the cop and emailing him and being like, you should get him and fire him and give me his money and I should get his job. To me, that whole thing felt like it was kind of crossing a line. So anyway, I think we all know that that's my position there. But so I don't ever think that Shane should have gotten fired from SNL. So now, and in the years since, okay, as upset as it makes me, Shane has become very successful.
Yeah.
And I'm furious about it. But I'm just kidding. I don't give a fuck. But apparently, and again, I don't listen. I tried watching the Netflix special, and it was funny enough. But then one of my dogs had diarrhea, and that was funnier. So I picked that up off the floor, and I got a little Nature's Miracle.
Wow.
Well, I tell you, if O.J. Simpson had that Nature's Miracle, still be a respected footballer. You ever use Nature's Miracle?
No. What does it do?
It's a dog urine and stain and odor remover.
Oh,
Comes
so
in a
you think
white.
he could have?
Yeah. They also have a
threw some of that down for
just give it a little spray.
Goldman.
Get this weight of skull fragments off of my Bronco.
Yeah.
The thing about it is that with Nature's Miracle, they also have like an extra strong Nature's Miracle, and that's called, you ready for this? Urine Destroyer. I have a giant bottle of it.
Interesting.
I love the name of the
Destroyer.
Urine Destroyer. Well, trust me, cat piss is a fucking
boy.
A man can eat a cat turd and you can barely escape death narrowly. Anyway, so the whole Shane Gillis thing. So now here we are 4 years later, 5 years later, he's got this very successful Patreon podcast, Netflix, blah, 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 all these things he doesn't deserve. No,
Bud Light endorsement.
Is it really?
Yeah, I think he's like
see, okay, great.
Yeah,
well, good for him. Great.
Anyway, deal with Bud Light.
You're like Dorney Park. That's a amusement park by his house. In Harrisburg.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania. He's like Dorney Park VIP pass. Cutting them lines, are you? Cutting the line there? Go get a hoagie. So anyway, so now SNL, he's back on SNL. And regardless of the circumstances, I would have said to SNL, if I was Shane Gillis, go fuck yourself. Because I don't need your show. They need him way more than he needs them. And I think that it is sort of, and again, is just my opinion, but whatever the Shane Gillis, if there's even a brand, and I hate when people say brand, but whatever that is, like Shane Gillis, I don't care about what people say. I'm a maverick. And again, I don't even know if this is the guy's. In my mind, this is what it is. When you do Patreon and when you do a podcast, you're outside of the sort of realm of conventional television and entertainment. So to be over there and to be as successful as apparently he is over there, then when conventional television says, hey, we need you, come back over here, you're going to be a guest host and we're going to put you on NBC and we're sorry, I would be like, go fuck yourself, because they need him way more than he needs them. SNL is not a great show right now. It's a brand new cast. They're all really young. Here and there, it's fine, but I guarantee there are way more people that like his thing on Patreon and blah 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 and Netflix and everything than anybody. He makes way more a successful audience over there than SNL. I would just tell SNL, I'd be like, let me get this straight. Like, you fired me over a whisper that I don't, the whole Asian thing, and now a couple years later, after I've gotten all this success, you now need me back. I mean, that's the perception that I have, knowing nothing about it.
Well, it's also kind of like an apology in a way. When you look at it like that, like, we're sorry, maybe we were wrong. Yeah, but it's an insanely self-serving. It's like, we're sorry we did that. We're going to have you back. At which point I would have said, I accept your apology and I appreciate that, but I have no interest in being part of that, because I would guarantee if you press release that, if you're doing Shane Gillis turns down.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's a better narrative for it to come out to be like, and then Shane Gillis was, after 4 years, they asked him to do it. They came back, they apologized. I accepted their apology. I get it. But I said, no way am I doing your show. I'm not a fucking patsy, and I'm not going to come crawling back to your stupid. And then he could really double down and be like, I'm not doing the show for that old Jew. Like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Shane.
Not, yeah. Right.
Yeah,
You're
right.
Like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe we.
Yeah. Keenan Thompson is a big fat black idiot, and Lorne Michaels is a stupid Jew. You're like, all right, we're going to cut his microphone, everybody.
Yeah, they just
interview over.
Right.
His team just drags Shane back. he's got like a 40 of Bud Light under his hand. He's like, I'm somebody now. Anyway, so that's my feeling.
I get it. Yeah, from a maybe personally, I understand where you're coming from.
From a bitter 50-year-old man,
exactly, in his kitchen, or dining room. But like, I think for a sort of broader scope, it's interesting because we kind of went from like, a guy that's big on Twitter getting Shane canceled from becoming a cast member on SNL to then now it sort of comes full circle to where he's like uncanceled officially from, because that was the thing, that was the catalyst, right? So for him to sort of then get back on, I think it's kind of interesting and it's kind of like cool.
But okay. But here's the thing. I get that, but I don't think there's any part in that. If you're going to look at it from that perspective, there's no part in that where,
because the thing that you're talking about, him going, oh yeah, fuck you guys, there's going to be a lot of that on the show. They're going to write that in, I'm sure. That's going to probably be sort of a theme. I still
wouldn't look. I have a disease called Irish Alzheimer's, where
I
forget everything except my grudges. And Kevin and I don't agree on much.
Aware.
But I would guarantee Kevin and I are on the same.
Maybe. I don't know.
Although I don't know. I mean, who cares what page we're on? But what I mean to say is that it may be what I get everything you're saying, but I do think that in terms of like, if put it this way, if he had gotten canceled, right, and it's not much of a story for SNL to be like, hey, we were wrong,
right?
This guy, because there's no way in hell that SNL would even acknowledge that they made a mistake if, let's say, Shane actually did get canceled.
Right. Yeah. Like, if his career went nowhere, they wouldn't call him up and go, hey, you want to, hey, sport?
Yeah.
I got your Batman comic.
Yeah, we're bringing you back, buddy.
Right.
Like, Shane's like living under a bridge, smoking fentanyl off of a piece of Reynolds wrap. Not even a Reynolds wrap, aluminum foil, because he can't afford Reynolds wrap.
Yeah, store brand.
Yeah, store brand, dollar store aluminum foil. They've misspelled aluminum. It's like aluminum. Foil, FOYLE. And so my point is only that that's exactly what it is. So I agree with you that Shane is an asshole and he has no value as a human being. I agree with what you're saying.
Okay,
Adam.
all right.
I'm just kidding. But
no, took that and ran with it.
Yeah. But anyway, that's all I'm saying is that it's like it's a little too it's a little too manufactured. It's very self-serving on SNL's part, at least from my perspective.
Right.
SNL's like, oh my God, this guy's doing great. Okay, we were wrong to do this to you. We're gonna make the whole show. And maybe Shane went in there and was like, chewing on a Slim Jim and was like, I don't know if I want to do this. I don't know why it's a good impression. I don't know if I even need to do this show because I'll make all them comic cartoon jokes on my own damn show. And then Lorne Michaels would be like, listen, Shane, you got to do what you got to do. We'd love to have you back.
For nothing, but
not
we'd
for
love
nothing.
To have you back.
We'll do it not on Friday for Shabbos, but we'll make all the jokes about us. We understand. Kick our ass. We're the ones. The show, it'll be the Shane Gillis show this week. Won't even be SNL. You can say live from New York. It's me. Something like that. So, okay. Whatever you want to do. It would be really funny if Shane was like, okay, I want ultimate control. And like every single sketch was him and that Bao Ling guy, he's the Asian guy in the show. And he's like, Bao Ling comes in the room and he's like, hello, Steve Regress, Shane Grillis, miracle to say hello from SNL. And Shane's like, yeah, no, it's comedy. Yeah, they do it.
Yeah. The whole show, all L's are now R's.
Yeah, there's not.
That's my fucking. I wanted writing.
Right. Yeah, there's not a consonant. We don't switch into an R.
Right.
Or Shane Gillis, he comes out to do the monologue and he's wearing one of those big flat hats and that little Fu Manchu mustache. And they play the music like, hello, most excellent audience. So many people said that. Yeah, it would be very funny. That would be great. Then I'd be like, all right, we're doing something.
I mean, there might be a little bit of that. I mean, it's not going to be it'll be like sanitized version of that, but there might be some
imagine if
a nod to.
Imagine if Shane comes out and he's just totally sucking the dick of like SNL, and he comes out and he's like, he just has a prepared statement and he puts on like half glasses like readers, and he's like, number one,
Chuck Schumer.
The past couple of years, I've learned a lot.
Right.
I've learned that America is a mosaic of cultures.
Soft music bed.
Yeah. but it's that soft, like that weird one note fiddle thing that they play in the subway. It's
right.
like that Chinese music, like that,
like a cello.
yeah,
Oh,
like
gotcha.
that
Chinese cello.
That Chinese
I
cello.
think that's what they call it.
It's pronounced Chinese cello.
Okay.
Cello, is it me you're looking for? Tell me how to read your heart. Yeah, so that's what I think you should do. He comes out and he reads his prepared thing.
Right.
Or he comes out dressed as a stereotypical coolie from 1850s California railroad building. I don't know. Anyway, that's kind of the position. Again, who gives a fuck what I think? But I think that if I was Shane, I would have been like, listen, you're only coming to me because I have a fair amount of heat in my industry. You need me more than I need you. And by the way, or I would have burst into the room with Lorne and had like my camera out. You know, like when people get arrested and they try to do that thing where they call themselves a sovereign citizen.
Oh,
you know,
I wasn't driving, I was traveling.
Yeah, I was traveling.
I'm not.
Has that ever worked ever?
That's Stephen Williams. I'm AT6519.
Yeah. Or they go like, they'll say, "Are you?"
I love that shit.
Yeah, I know. Me too. Because I'm wondering,
it's on court cam. Court cam, they do a lot. I think that all these people are. It's a bunch of dumb fucks. They all live in Michigan for some reason. I don't know why, but on court cam, whenever a Michigan story comes up, I go, "It's going to be a sovereign citizen." I think there's just some kind of like message board where they think they can like outsmart the judicial system.
But I'll tell you one thing: they really lean into it. Like, the times.
I mean, they infuriate the judge until he's like, "Fuck this."
I even like, okay, I have been pulled over a bunch of times. I mean, not recently. I haven't driven in 7 years, but like,
I mean, if you did now, you'd be.
Pardon me,
pulled over all.
Excuse me, officer, can I help you? They're like, you're at the Wendy's window. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I thought you were a police officer.
Way exclusively goes the wrong way on one ways.
Yeah, I'm a sovereign citizen. You're upside down in the Hudson River, sir. This is the Coast Guard.
So, the representative of Brian McCarthy is upside down in the Hudson River.
Exactly. This isn't a river; it's a creek.
Yes.
Totally contrary to everything.
Right.
But like. Those people, when those sovereign citizen people, when they get pulled over, though, they are so fucking locked into it. They're like arrogant. The cop will come over
and it never works. It never
works. They're like, excuse me, you were going 90 miles an hour on this road. They're like, number one, not a road.
Yeah.
It's a path.
Yeah, it's a passageway or
excuse me.
Yeah.
Like, are you a constable? Do you have a pitchfork with you?
Right.
The cop's like, I don't have a pitchfork.
And they're always telling like judges they don't have jurisdiction. They're like, yeah, I don't know why you would say that. You don't have jurisdiction over this. It's like don't touch the lava. Fuck. I mean, it's like a fucking fourth grader logic.
But is this like that?
I think they read it on Reddit or something. There's like 4chan or something.
What part of reading? Okay, good. I don't need to get into politics, although I think at this point everyone's more or less on the same page. I would imagine. But like when you read like, is that like QAnon? Is that the same kind of shit where like? They're having.
I think this is way before
but
that.
What I'm saying to you is they have to be the same. It's that same mentality where like, it's like when somebody you sit some down with. If I sat down at Thanksgiving, and I've almost come close with some people in my family, but like when I sit down at Thanksgiving, and I'm like, "How you doing?" and they're like, "You know, the other day I got pulled over." And as you know, I'm a sovereign citizen, and I'd be like, "What?"
You're like, I would just take the cranberries. I would take everything, and I'd be like, "I'm sorry, but you
no yams for you.
You only get white meat turkey, no gravy.
That's it, and you have to go eat it at the kids' table."
Yes.
And if the kids' table had a kids' table, you'd be at the kids' table's kids' table.
Right. You have a separate nook for sovereign.
You are, sovereign. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if they were a sovereign citizen, I just for the life because that shows up on my TikTok all the time, and because it's TikTok, you never really see the end of it. You just see part one, or you can kind of go through it. But I have no attention span anymore, like everybody else, so I never make it to 2 or 3 or maybe 4. But like I'm always wondering, like, because you see them in front of judges, so at some point they go from talking to a cop and I guess getting arrested, and then they have to show up at a judge. And by the time they get to the judge, you would think they'd be like, "Your Honor, I'm wrong." But still, they come in from the honor and they're like, they're like, "Excuse me, Your Honor, if that's your real name, where's your powdered wig?"
Right. Well, a lot of times what I've seen is they'll like call for them and then they won't, they just won't respond until they go, "Hey, Gary, like, what the fuck?" And then he goes, "Yeah, I don't know who you're trying to talk to. I'm the representative of 041965. You're like, fuck off.
I know.
Fuck off.
Yeah. They look over, and the guy, whoever Gary is like annoyed with the judge. So clearly you didn't go to make believe judge
Right.
school.
Mhm.
Hello, I don't. Gary is spelled with an ampersand. Can I leave now? No, you killed your family.
Stupid. Yeah.
I killed Gary's family.
It's a lot of traffic stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like it's always traffic
It is.
stuff.
It'd be funny though. Gary touched that 9-year-old girl. Okay.
Right.
I'm representing him. And Gary is not even sorry for doing it. And if there was a 9-year-old girl in front of Gary right now, Gary would fucking do it right in front of you.
Not remorseful even.
Gary would travel on a road to any second grader classroom and diddle all of them in a line, because that's what Gary's all about. Anyway,
that's what Gary do.
Yeah, he's in like a
That's how Gary
do. He's in like an orange jumpsuit, like a spit guard and everything. Right. You've killed 24 people. Yeah, now, Gary, hold on. Gary killed him. Can I leave now? Suit. I think we can all agree that I'm a representative, Gary.
He just keeps going more like 90 days for contempt, 120 days for contempt.
I've seen those where people will go, and there's
they
like,
go, fuck this, and they go, bring them back.
Yeah.
Bring them back, and then they give them like 3 days or whatever the fuck.
You ever see the one where it's pretty famous, where like it's one of those video judges? I've done those once or twice, and so you sit there. So what they do is
video judges.
Yeah,
you know, when you're at a truck stop, you pull up and order some hotcakes.
Max Headroom.
Got a video judge. Put $20 in the video judge.
You have selected guilty. Must. When is love? What is sovereign citizen? It'd be funny though. You get a video judge and they start saying sovereign citizen, and that's the only way it works. The video judge starts to smoke and sparks come out of it. Oh no, sovereign citizen! It's making the video judge melt down. Does not compute. Does not compute. Does not compute. No, but there was one where it's in Miami, and this girl comes up and she's in like her regular, she's in an orange jumpsuit because that happened over the weekend. And the judge is like a Cuban American, and he's talking to her, and she's like standing there, and she's like really super cute. She's cute. She's like a little cute girl. And he's like, the charge is like, I don't know. It's like some kind of like dumb assault thing and maybe drugs. It's like a bunch of bullshit, but it's enough shit to get arrested. So and she's like, yeah, I have lots of money and I can set the bail or whatever. And the judge is being really nice to her, because I think that's the thing about like attractive women. Like,
money.
I have lots of money.
The vocal fry going.
Yeah, I'm like, I drowned a baby. So what? Oh my God, you guys are crazy. I hated the baby and it came out of my own body, so it's mine. I'm leaving.
Right.
I'm a sovereign citizen. So anyway, so the judge is like, okay, miss, blah, blah, blah. You got to come back here and blah, blah, blah. And your bail is set at $1,000. And she's like, I have that amount of money already, like in my vagina. And then like she just leaves. And then, or rather the, what do you call it? They bring her away, and she goes back to the microphone, and she goes, adios, amiga.
Stop.
And then the judge is like, okay, you come back now. And he comes back, and I don't know why
she said adios to me. She said adios to me.
Yeah.
But she was being facetious.
She was being cunty about it. And he was
I kind of like that.
Well, I guarantee this guy's probably like, I came over here on a fucking inner tube in 1974.
Sure.
And I studied English, living
communist Cuba.
Yeah. I lived in a Foot Locker, the store. For fight, I got a size 7. Give me a minute. I'm studying for the law. I'm studying to be lawyer, abogado. I want to be a lawyer. Soon I'll be a judge. But anyway, so that's what she said to the guy. She was like, adios, amigo. And he came back, and I guarantee he's like, fuck this bitch. Like, so he was like, now you're in contempt. He's like, you've got 30 days in jail.
Wow, that's a long. I'm always amazed at how little time they usually get.
Well, here's the thing. What I've seen happen is they get 30 days, and then she'll be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And then the judge will then call them and be like, all right, just keep this bitch in for 5 days. It'll be 2 days, 5 days.
Yeah. It's usually like minimized. Yeah. Maybe it was federal because she used a foreign language. It was like, it's going across. I'm
not speaking. I wasn't speaking Spanish. I was speaking
because she's at audio.
Oh my God, shut up. Imagine if like judge like
that's a fun one. I haven't seen that one.
It's good. Yeah,
I thought maybe she was gonna try to seduce him. You ever see when the like a lady tries to seduce a cop? That's great.
Hey, you know what? Let's
Like
look it
a
up.
drunk driving?
Yeah, let's look at it for 1 second just to see if we can find it. Look on YouTube, please, on my phone because it's premium. Thank you very much.
I'm logged into yours. We're
Oh, good. Are you
Yeah.
premium too? Are you using my premium?
Well, I have to
You're
log
allowed
into,
to.
I have to
No,
log into your thing.
It's not a thing. You didn't ask, but it's fine.
Okay.
I don't care.
I mean, I can just not do this.
No, you can have double premium. You can have sovereign premium.
Sovereign premium.
Yes. Okay.
Anywho,
look up
what?
hot girl arraignment disrespects Miami Cuban judge. Please.
All right. Keep talking.
All right, I'm gonna filibuster. Our phone is. I'm getting text messages too. I don't know what's going on there, but so anyway, so I thought that was an interesting thing. So we'll see what happens with the whole Shane Gillis thing. I mean, I don't give a fuck. I at this point, I don't even watch. I just watch clips. I go on that SNL. Oh, you know what I did want to talk about? I mean, I know this is weird to recommend something to that, but Joe DeRosa recommended to me. It's either Kevin and the Girl or Keith and the. You know that one?
Yeah.
Okay, Keith.
You recommended Keith and the Girl
to me. Is that for me
to listen to or to be on?
Why don't you search and I'll talk? Okay, Daddy.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, sorry. God, I feel
like
it's weird today. I feel like you're a sovereign citizen and I'm not.
Yes. I'm being a bit sovereign.
You really
are.
A
bit of a dude.
I'm going to get a constable. Are you going to put me in irons, Your Honor? Because that's the only kind of time. I prefer to be flogged. We don't flog here. So anyway, no. So that which one is Kevin or Keith?
Keith and the Girl.
Okay, so Keith and the Girl is a podcast. And if everyone knows this already, excuse me, because I didn't know. And I mentioned it to Paul Dinnan and he didn't know about it either. But the long and short of it is if you Google Keith and the Girl dad's emails, do you know about this?
Whoa, no.
Okay, so what had happened is apparently, and again, I'm going to do broad strokes here, and I'm probably going to fuck this up a little bit, so I'm not going to get too into it, but Keith recently got divorced. Recently in the context of I just heard about it. So Keith recently got divorced, and his father, who was a defrocked, that means he was a priest and then
holy shit,
isn't a priest anymore. I don't know if he got fired for being a priest but he left the priesthood to marry Keith's mom.
Okay.
The father, who is still alive. Did you find it?
No. I mean,
okay.
it's
never mind.
Also, it's just so I can watch it. I don't know what.
I was going to play the audio because she goes, adios.
Oh, okay. I'll find it. I don't want to.
Whatever.
I'm trying to be engaged.
I understand. Sorry. And just pat your head and rub your tummy.
So some things happen.
So what happened was this. This is in particular.
Okay, so because what I know about Keith and the Girl is that Keith and the girl were a couple. Then they broke up, and then they got.
Let's not get into any of that. Because I'll just tell you exactly what
this is more Keith's dad related.
Well, hold on. I'll tell you.
Okay, go ahead.
So Keith got divorced. Okay.
Gotcha.
Keith's dad, I'm just giving you a little background on the dad. The dad was a priest, is in his 80s. Okay. And apparently out of the blue, Keith's father emails Keith's ex-wife and says in this email, I always liked you. I wanted to know what happened between you and my son, because when you divorce somebody,
and I don't know if you'll know this information or not know anything. But
I know
because
nothing.
I'm wondering because I don't know if Keith and the girl were married ever.
No, it's not the girl.
It's not the girl. It's a
not
different.
The girl.
It's the whole lady that he married after they broke up.
Because he was talking to the girl about this.
Okay.
And just to put the period before the end of the sentence. There's a book out now about his father's email. So what his dad started doing was his dad emailed her. So then Keith's ex-wife gets in touch with Keith because apparently like they're friendly-ish.
Okay. They don't have a podcast together, but they're still
No. The wife
I'm kidding.
Oh God, you're making me sorry. I don't know what's going on. I'm getting sorry.
My comedy's so late. My humor is so
it's very
nuanced.
layered and nuanced.
No, okay. So I won't confuse you more. Go ahead.
You got me though, you son of a gun. Go ahead.
Okay.
No, he's not married to girl.
This is like a bad Abbott and Costello.
Exactly.
The girl, no, the wife, not the girl.
You're like, so the dad married the girl?
Okay.
Like, no.
So then
he's
got the emails.
The ex-wife
gotcha.
out to Keith. Not the girl. He reaches out to Keith. And she goes, why is your father contacting me? I don't want your dad to contact me, whatever that is. And that's kind of all I really know. But then Keith, which is fucking genius, but I don't know the background between Keith and his dad. I don't know if his father's been a part of the podcast before. Most podcasts tend to be very, confessional. So maybe there's a lot more that the audience knows about the dad
Sure.
that kind of informs all of this.
Okay.
But like essentially, Keith says to his ex-wife, "Do you mind if I respond to my father and I pretend I'm you?" Which is
this is
fucking
gold.
genius. So it gets better, and there's not a
Holy
whole lot more because
shit.
I've only listened to Joe tell me about this, and I got on YouTube and I listened to a little bit of a podcast explaining the book because now there's a book out. But so apparently,
so the timeline on this must have been pretty, like, she got the emails and then quick enough to where he could respond as her.
Yes. So
okay.
Apparently he responds, and within a very short amount of time, his father starts being very sexual.
Oh my
with
God.
her.
So he's basically sexting with his dad.
The father is sexting
God.
or sex emailing,
Right.
emailing his cat, and his son is catfishing him.
She mailing her. Okay.
So the son is catfishing the dad. The dad thinks that he's reaching out to her. Yeah, it's a lot going on. So apparently there have been many, many podcasts that kind of follow the sort of history of this in a chapter form. So you can find that pretty easily.
I'm going to do a dive on that. It's going to be fun.
If you look at my phone, just not right now, but I'm saying like I found it and I sent it to Paul Denon. So I found the link. If you can send it to yourself if you want. And but it seems like that's the kind of thing that really is up my alley. As long as there's no Shane Gillis, unless he catfishes her as a beautiful Vietnamese runaway.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so glad you reached.
Wow.
Yeah. So that is
interesting that he'd be like, "Ooh, this is content." I mean, would, but it's almost like too hard to. You almost can't not.
What it tells me without knowing anything about it is there's clearly a history between him and his father.
Wow.
And his father sounds like a real character.
Real piece of work.
Now there is a book out. I don't know if it's self-published. I don't know if it's Simon & Schuster. I don't know. Penguin. I have no idea. Penguin maybe.
We don't know the publisher.
I don't know the publisher. Could be Random House.
I need you to find out the details.
Could be Doubleday.
Come to me when you have the fucking details.
Could be Doubleday. I don't know. Okay. But I don't know where that is. And it's not an audiobook, which is a shame because I'll listen to all these emails, but I'd much rather listen to the book read. But this is broken down into like chapters, kind of like that the one on NPR, with the solving a murder or whatever the fuck.
Okay, like
serialized.
Okay.
So this is serialized. Like there's a 1 dad, there's a 2 dad, and apparently it gets fucking crazy. But the dad is very much alive. Keith he's from some big Irish family, so there's like 4 or 5 brothers and sisters.
From like Pennsylvania, I think.
Yeah. Good. At least there's one funny person out of Pennsylvania.
Because he kind of seems like Jewish-ish, and I remember they used to say L'chaim on the show. And
You're right.
So I always assumed he was Jewish because I think
because his dad was a priest,
and the girl is Jewish. But then I find out he's a goy.
Yes. Then did you catch it when I said at least there's one funny person coming out of Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Just want to put that out there.
I want to nail that one. I know who that was.
Get that one in the wall.
That was
get that one again. Right. Shane's just sitting on a pile of money right now, just being like, "Oh, what did Brian say from all the way down there?"
Sure.
I can't hear him
in Austin
from the very tops of show business. Mm-hmm. Anyway. So I digress. So that's what's going on. So I do recommend that
of show business.
From the top of he and Lorne Michaels are sitting in the 10th Street baths together.
Show business balcony.
Yeah. Lauren, I want to bring back the Coneheads. Shane, whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
Shane, it's your show.
Whatever you want.
Yeah. We're gonna redo the Van by the River sketch. But
funny, I actually rewatched for some reason I went down like a YouTube rabbit hole and watched all the Matt Foley.
They're great.
Oh God, it's so fucking funny.
Did I tell you the one time I saw Chris Farley in a nightclub? I saw him out at a nightclub downtown called Buddha Bar, and this was like 93. I mean, I was like 19 or 20, and he was walking around, and he was drenched in sweat, and he had a bath towel around his neck like a scarf, and it looked like he just gotten out of the pool. Like he was. Complete. It was. I remember it was drenched. It was like May. It must have been. It was hot in the club. This is back when you could smoke in nightclubs and everything. The place was, I remember just seeing him and being like, I didn't want to go near him. He looked like he just climbed out of a fucking pool. Like I was like,
oh my
oh, this guy's far. Like he was red and
Yeah.
he looked like he was going to, he looked like a zit that needed to be popped, and he was covered in water. He was a big sweaty guy. Yeah. So anyway, it was
that tracks
no surprise
with his legacy.
Yeah, no surprise that
Yeah.
he I just
Louise.
listened to the David Spade autobiography, which he read himself.
Okay.
Pretty good. Pretty good. I think I've listened to it before. That's how much of a loser I am. I'm like, I've listened to David Spade's autobiography twice.
You like rebought it?
Yeah. Anything you want to know about David Spade, I'll tell you.
Funny.
I know. I don't think I rebought it. I think he's written a couple of autobiographies.
Mm.
Listen, when you've lived a life like David
Sure.
Spade, one autobiography just won't cover it all.
Mhm.
And by the way, a TV show I can recommend, and I know you don't like science fiction, but I had to buy Paramount Plus for the Super Bowl so that I could not watch it. So now that I have Paramount Plus, Howard Stern recommended Halo, which is based off the video game.
Okay.
But it's produced by Steven Spielberg, and it's fucking awesome. I have to be honest with you. Halo, the series, I know I sound kind of a dork, but it's really, really good. So if you have Paramount Plus, because we got Paramount Plus, and then my wife was like, can we tell you something my wife does that drives me a little crazy? I mean, I love her, but so in our bedroom, we have a 42-inch television that is recessed into some cabinetry, and it has a big, beautiful Yamaha soundbar. The soundbar is, I bought it for our old TV when we lived in Brooklyn, and the soundbar is way nicer than even should be for a bedroom.
Yeah, bedroom soundbar. That's
this is like a $2,000 top of the line Yamaha. It's like the X 15 million.
Crank some Steely Dan while you're vacuuming.
Babylon Sisters, shake it. So Fine So Young, tell me I'm the only one.
I think of why you would need a soundbar in the bedroom, but yeah.
Well, because I had an extra sound. I'm like drowning
Sure,
in soundbars.
You're lousy with soundbars. Yeah.
So by the way, I'm not going to use speakers from the TV. What are we broke?
Come on.
What am I, Shane Gillis?
Come on.
Gillis? Shane Gillis is like, I won't even buy Sony products. That's how much I hate Chinese people. You're like, Sony's a Japanese. It's all the same to me.
Right.
If they're yellow, let it mellow.
Mm-hmm.
If it's brown, wash it down. So anyway, so what I was going to say is so we have this television, okay, and the television we have on the TV, we have it's a smart TV, so we have like YouTube Premium, fucking Apple TV, we have all this shit that we have in all the other TVs in the house. So I told my wife goes, oh, we have Paramount Plus. She goes, is Yellowstone on Paramount Plus? And I said, yes, it is. She goes, oh my God, yeah, it is. But I'm not going to watch it. I don't give a shit about
Costner, that hunk in the fucking bedroom. Ooh.
Yeah, I know, right? I go in there, she's just fucking like I'm like, wow, dances with masturbation.
Yeah, time to wash the duvet.
Yeah, exactly. Can we throw that one out, please? We have a washer and dryer in the apartment, but let's use the one in the basement. It gets hotter. Burn, So anyway, so I go, yeah. She goes, oh, that's great. I need to binge watch them because all the people in her office have watched Yellowstone. Because I could recommend a show to my wife till I'm blue in the face, but she'll never watch it. But if somebody in her office goes, oh, you should watch fucking Breaking Bad, at this point I want to call somebody she works with.
Yeah, you got to circumvent and kind of like Trojan horse your recommendations.
And I'm kind of Trojan horse. I can wear a condom when I talk to her.
Fuck yeah.
What am I being unstable? I don't mean to nag you. Shut up.
What do you got?
Fucking, this is being too Philly. So anyway, but yeah, so she says to me, but I've never actually wanted to watch Yellowstone. So I was kind of relieved when she was like, I'll watch it with the girls from work or watch it. So I was like, that's great because the TV, we never turn that television on. Like I'll put it on.
You don't like to watch TV in bed?
Well, I can't. And that's to my point.
You need like a big giant screen.
Something like that. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Or at least I need to sit closer to it. So I don't have a Craftmatic adjustable bed. Do you have a bed that will move my bed all the way up to where I'm 3 inches from the screen, please? Yeah. I want to smell Kevin Costner.
No, you need a big arm, but it's got to be like
not from my
10
contractor.
yards long.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, like a big, like one of those, like a Tom and Jerry thing, like an Acme Wile E. Coyote arm. Boing.
Yeah, brings it right up to your face,
all the way out.
But the sound bars back where the TV
I can barely hear it.
You don't need the sound.
It's so long that the sound, whatever that the screen is, it takes the sound a second or two after to hear it.
Yes.
The TV, the arm is longer than the speed of sound.
Right.
So anyway, but what I did is so I said to my wife, I was like, oh, good, you can watch, because I went into our bedroom like a day or so ago, and she's watching Yellowstone. But what is she watching it on? Her phone. And I was like, oh, hey, I'll put it on the TV for you. She goes, no, it's fine. I'll watch it on my phone. I was like, it's so much better, because I get resentful because I would love to lay in bed and watch television.
Oh, it's the best.
It's the best. So she's like, no. And then while she's looking at the phone, you know what she's doing? Her iPad, fucking beautiful, the biggest one, I don't know, whatever it is, 15, 17-inch iPad, brand new iPad.
25-inch, 27-inch iPad.
It's a 44-meter iPad.
Do you believe this?
It's sticking out of the window.
Have you seen this one?
Have you seen this one? It folds up. Can you believe it? She's got the iPad there. And I said, well, you could watch it on the iPad, because I went to the trouble of setting up Paramount Plus on every peripheral.
Right, every device
in the house.
I got it on my phone. I didn't even.
You have it
I
on
just walking.
By the way,
through
do you want my
threshold.
password for Paramount Plus?
No,
I'll give it to you.
I got Paramount Plus.
Oh, of course you do. Can I have your password?
I would have,
because it won't be used in the bedroom.
Actually, I could have just given you mine, because I never use it. I don't even know why I have it. I don't pay for it. My girlfriend has all these fucking. I don't want that. Probably like I don't want all peer like peer to period like
I got you.
Channel. It's probably like a channel about Diva Cups or something.
Yeah,
I don't know what she watches on there.
You're like, I have to be on a double VPN to use it. It's a signal that comes out of some.
I got to go double dark web.
Exactly.
I don't know. I don't even know what's on there.
Ready for a throwback? Callback. Only sovereign citizens can use my password.
There you go. Yep.
Excuse me. I'm not watching Yellowstone. I'm watching Orange Rock. Okay.
Orange Rock.
Yeah, Orange Rock.
With Jason Priestley.
Jason Priestley? What is he going to host SNL?
Yes.
No. Whatever happened to him, the guy? He no longer on the television. So anyway, so what happened was, so I said to my wife, I was like, you can watch it on the iPad. And she was like, no, I'm fine. And here's the thing. My wife has a 15 Pro, but she doesn't have a 15 Max. So she's watching it on. So I said to her,
what is it the same size as this? Is this a Max? What is this?
No, mine is. Are you holding my phone?
Yeah.
My phone is a Max.
Max.
Okay. Mine's a Pro.
Oh.
So which one's mine?
This is yours.
Okay, so that's the big one. Pro Max.
All right, yeah.
But she doesn't even have that. Is yours a regular size one?
Yeah, regular. I got an iPhone regular.
She has regular. I said
or whatever. There's the mini, then there's this. Then
I don't think there's a mini anymore.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Okay. Anyway,
I touched it.
You touched it. I touched it
at the store. I touched it.
I'm trying to put an L in there. Anyway, so my point is, I said to my wife, I said, well, your birthday's coming up. We should get you an Apple Watch. You can watch it like Dick Tracy.
Yeah, like actually, can we find something like the size of a postage stamp?
Put it on the. I'll get you.
Well, it's interesting because proportionately, I mean, if you think about it, it's kind of like this.
Look,
as opposed to.
Okay,
I don't know.
Here's the thing.
I wouldn't watch it on my phone if
if it's your only option. Right. If you're on the train, if you're on the fucking elliptical machine, if for some reason there's no other screen available, but you're in a comfortable room, and you have a television with a $9,000 sound bar, all you have to do is hit the on menu Paramount Plus, which you can do. You can enjoy that content right then and there.
No, this is the same conversation. I would have the same conversation
with
just a lot of like, why would you? There's
I know,
or like you there's like. I don't know. Like I'm like real weird about like lighting.
Yes.
I'm like a real like lighting queen.
I understand.
So this like bright fucking like gross overhead lighting. And I'm like, I have all these nice lamps and it's very soft and diffused and it's like calming. And I'm like, why, what's with the lights? But that would be the same argument. She'd be watching like her phone, and I'm like, there's a giant TV.
And it's not like I walk out of the room and put my fist through the wall or anything. I'm just kind of like, at this point, I've been like, I love her to death. That's not the issue. And we've been together for almost 25 years, which is crazy.
Jeez, Louise.
I know. So I don't get all worked up about it, but
but there's a very, it's almost like, I don't know. I want to see like they're from Mars, we're from Venus or something.
I used to think it was almost like despiteful, but she also will not take my like advice about it. Cause in the past I have been like, look, it's a 4K television. I'll set it up for you. You can actually like text me. I'll be on the other side of the apartment. I'll come over and I'll redo it. It's on autoplay. You can watch a Yellowstone.
Right.
You can watch them until they finally catch Yogi Bear. That's it.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
Jellystone.
He finds a picnic basket.
Yeah. Hey, boo boo.
Right.
Here comes Ken McGuffner with the water world. All right, we should see what's going on.
Let's say hi to the folks, and then we gotta run.
We're done.
We gotta run.
Say hi to everybody, and remember, just one more time, if you're just kind of for whatever reason coming in now, get on the fucking Patreon if you want a picture of my stupid head.
Yeah.
And Brian M. Show. Now we're on Threads too.
Yeah, follow on Threads.
And if you're on YouTube with this thing, please just like and subscribe. Apparently,
and watch. So we're trying to get the watch hours up.
Yes.
To get the YouTube channel monetized.
What if people just turn it on and let it go?
Yeah, if you can, like, just fucking turn it on, hit like loop, and just leave it on.
Ted, I know you're listening. Would you please do me a favor? Unless it cost extra money in England that we're YouTube forever or something. Right. In between watching darts on television, would you please just turn everyone who's listening, who's a big fan, just turn on YouTube, mute it,
set it and forget it.
Like a rotisserie oven, set it and forget it, please.
Just for like the next week, because we need like 1,000 more hours. Or whatever.
And then we can go to then we get a 3-day trip to Aruba.
Yes.
Sponsored by
a kayak that says Marlboro on it.
Yeah, we used it all my bucks, all my camel bucks.
First and foremost, always Ted. He's in the chat.
Hi,
he's everywhere.
Ted.
He actually watches on Facebook sometimes. So go over and
please
watch it on YouTube, Ted.
I hate to ask anything of anybody.
He's got a different name over on
YouTube.
On YouTube. So I won't blow up.
Okay, let's all follow. It's called Hitler Was Right 69.
Right. Hi to Ted. He says, "Miladies."
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi to Decline.
Hi, Decline.
Oh, Nick, our clip guy. He wants to know if he gets a headshot because
Nick will get a headshot.
Because you're on staff, so I think you get a headshot. Right?
Yeah, but Nick, we need your W-2 in, please. And Nancy in HR needs to talk to you about all the ass pinching.
Right.
I don't mind because I like it.
Right.
Hello.
We prefer you keep doing it.
Yeah, I back into it. And don't cut your nails. Don't be a faggot.
Yeah.
I want you to make blood come out of that.
Hi to Josh Jack.
What's up, Josh?
Hi to Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Hi to Michaela. Michaela, are you a real girl?
I can't even ask. I just
because she wrote hearts.
Oh, what's up, baby?
And hi, Michaela. So Michaela, let us know if you're a real girl or if you're just like a big fat gay guy.
Go on Patreon because I'll give you either a headshot or an erotic nude.
Oh yes. Yeah. Do you have like a shirtless one on a fainting couch?
It's something.
And then also our girl Fat Cat is back too.
Oh, Jessica's back. Where the fuck have you been, baby?
I don't know. We've been
in the DR.
Maybe she follows on Threads because I posted on Threads.
Hi.
Decline says MAGA.
All day.
Yep. 4 more years.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Ted, we said hi
to.
Ted. Oh, Josh says Shane bullied me in high school.
Oh, good.
But bought me a beer so I won't shoot him. I don't know if that's a joke or if he really went.
Is that all it takes? You got to know how to hold a grudge.
Yeah, exactly.
I would have taken the beer and then been like, "What did you make this like a Bill Cosby?" Right. And then we would have laughed about that, and then we go camping.
Hi to the Hard 174.
What's up, Hard 174?
That's also my AIM screen name. Chris, of course, wants to know when you're going on MLC.
Tomorrow.
I don't know. I kind of want him to just keep asking.
Yeah, no kidding.
But we got the YouTube channel thing figured out, so we should have you on.
I'm so promote done. That. I'll do it whenever. Just tell me.
Yeah, I'm down
tired
to do
of. I feel like the kid. I'm the last kid to get picked up at soccer. I'm sitting there on the curb with my cleats on and my shin guards. No, my mom's boyfriend's coming to get me. He's got a Trans Am.
At 4 o'clock. What do you do around 4 o'clock?
Not doing MLC.
I set your phone so you can just jump on. Okay, no,
send me a text message. I'll do it from wherever.
Yeah, it's not.
All right.
I think they're just like being annoying at this point. They just want to fuck with you. Or something.
As Shane says, you have the bad manners of a Chinaman.
Hi to Joe.
Hi, Joe.
Let's see. Hi to Matthew.
Hello, Matthew.
Hello, gentlemen. Flat Cat says, I miss Brian.
I miss
Flat
you.
Cat, we miss you too.
I've lost so much weight for you, darling.
Right. You just to try to be.
I'm half a man I used to be.
Hi to Pete.
Hello, Pete. Where's Repeat? Tell me again.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Let's see. Who else? Decline.
Yeah.
Hillix Driver.
Okay. All right. Hey.
Also wants to know when you're going to NMLC.
Tomorrow. For 7 hours.
He does a show Saturday night late.
Oh God! Can you imagine? Does he still drink? Does he drink anymore?
Yeah, he drinks. He drinks
does.
red wine and like does a
Does he
late night
smoke
show.
still? Who starts
I don't
smoking
know.
at 70?
I don't know. I think didn't he always kind of smoke
I don't know.
like casually?
Hi.
Hi Ted. Hi to James.
Hi, James. What is it? You have an addiction to something?
How far does Brian live from Gephards? Oh, that's the place where Opie does a show.
What, out on the
Live
island?
from Gephards. I think Gephards is not too. No, I think it's on the upper. It might be on the west side. I can't remember. Or no, I
Okay.
think it's on the east side. It's probably not too far from here.
Because I know where he lives. It would make sense for him to do something in the Upper West Side. But
Oh, okay. Decline Gladwell Ape. Oh, Decline says Gladwell Ape. That guy's always monkeying around.
yeah,
Fuck yeah. This guy gets it.
I'm going bananas for you.
All right.
All right. So again, Adam had a good idea. So if you could please just turn on YouTube,
Yeah.
hit the loop thing, and just let it fucking play because
Yeah, or go back into the. I mean, we have all the streams are archived on there.
okay.
So maybe go back and fucking like just take a walk down memory lane.
Or don't even listen or watch. I understand.
Yeah,
I understand that.
Right. Or just hit mute
Yeah.
and fucking leave the room.
Our social media networking team has told us
Sure.
this is very important.
Because we got plenty of subscribers, but we just need the watch hours, and then we can get the super chats going and all that fun stuff.
Whoa, slow down,
Yeah,
Buck Rogers.
monetization and-
Whoa,
Uh-huh.
super chats.
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
everybody.
they can leave little tips and put we
boy.
put the screen.
Oh wow.
Put them out.
I'm
on the
gonna go.
screen.
I'm gonna go sailboat shopping. You know what
Yeah,
I
it'll
watch?
be fun.
You know what I watch a lot on TikTok, and now I want one. Is like really expensive camper vans or camper
Oh
attachments.
yeah,
You know the ones that hook up to the back of your car.
that's gonna be when you're like an empty nester, I think.
Yeah,
You
but I
know?
don't even like going anywhere, and I would get nervous if I slept in that. Someone would like cut through the window or something.
Yeah,
Like,
it
but
feels
they look
weird, right?
They look really cool. Like I've always wanted
You're
an
gonna go glamping.
I've always wanted an Airstream. You know,
Oh, me too. I
Yeah,
love.
yeah.
I have a fascination with Airstreams. I think they're cool.
yeah, I actually know somebody who has a place out in the Hamptons. You know, you only call it Long Island if you're cool. You don't call it the Hamptons.
Right,
But
right.
I know somebody who has a nice house out there, and their guest cottage is an Airstream. So like when
Fun.
you go out there, you stay in the guest house, and a lot of people do that because they actually have you can get Airstreams. You can get them all custom done to the inside. Oh, who cares? Whatever. Anyway,
Mhm.
all right. So listen, the idea is enough YouTube chats so Adam and I can get ourselves a couple Airstreams
Yeah, sure,
and not go anywhere.
Uh-huh. Well, we'll podcast from it.
Yeah.
We could put it on my parents' land in Minnesota, and we can do podcasts.
That sounds.
Actually, maybe the internet's probably not great out there.
I bet it's not
We'd have
great
to
at all.
maybe get like dial. I don't know what they have.
Satellite dishes. We'll just wear aluminum foil hats.
Direct
Like
TV.
with like wands, like we have like.
I didn't think this through.
No, you didn't.
I'm
at
not
all.
gonna lie.
No, shit.
Fuck.
I've already Google searched used Airstreams. Airstreams, they make me nervous because I look on eBay and you can buy one for $12,000 or you can buy one for $500,000.
Really? Okay.
Too much of a wide.
Interesting.
Well, some of them are all fucked up. All right, everybody, thank you. Jessica, welcome back. Ted, everybody, we appreciate all of it. Follow everything if you can, and we look forward to seeing you next week. And I don't know. That's it. Have a great weekend. Goodbye. Thank you.